All right. Today is our 30th town hall. Our 30th town hall. Can you believe it that we've been going 30 weeks strong with the town hall, building this community and trying to make Evmux as best as possible. Now, I don't know if you guys caught it, but if you didn't catch it, we'll talk about it here in just a few moments. But Alad, how are you? How you doing today, man?
All good, all good. A lot of people watching today. We did some build up for this week. Very exciting one because we have a new feature. Maybe you catched it already, maybe not. Let us know in the comments. Great week as always. Super exciting. So many things are going on, and the community is growing. You know, that's the most exciting thing. How was yours?
Yeah, the week has been going good, man. Just like I said, just a lot of changes, a lot of things going on, and it's just an exciting time. It's an exciting time. I'm super excited. I love to be able to kind of kick off the town hall and just see everybody in the community coming into the town hall. Definitely want to go ahead and welcome them in. We got Fat Ninja coming in here first. Kudos here. Donald, Frank, Famousy, Susan, Manchester, Student of the Word, Darius, The Man's
Slowly,
Mindset.
slowly.
Yeah, I'm going. We're going. It's a lot. It's a long list. It's a long list here. We got Grandma Joe is here. Welcome, welcome. Super excited for everyone who is here. A lot is back home. So that's exciting. We missed him last week on the town hall. But he's back here today with a huge announcement. And we're really, really excited for it. So really curious to see if anybody caught the feature, whether you've been using Evmux over the last 24 hours, or if you caught the new feature in the beginning of the town hall. If you didn't catch the new feature, we're going to talk about it, but we'd love to hear what you guys think. With that being said, we got Jim, lawyer, here from Ohio as well. Wolfgang is here as well from Germany. Okay, Iran is here. Let's go. Let's go. We got a full house today. And Emmanuel's here as well. So why don't we go ahead and do you want to keep them waiting, or do you want to go ahead and just share it and kick off and talk about the feature, and then we can kind of kick off with the town hall?
I think we can talk about it. We did the build up. That's fine. So I prepared something for that. So let's do.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, let's go. Who would have thought that now you have the availability? Looping music was a good one, but now you have the availability to have stinger transitions inside of Evmux. This is a added feature that's simply going to go ahead and just improve the way that you transition from scene to scene, allowing you to have a more branded effect. So why don't we switch to another scene really quickly to be able to showcase just the stinger transition that we have set up, so those can see the animation that happens.
Yeah, I'll switch to Anthony full screen and you can see.
Perfect. There we go. Let's see it. So you see it here? Me on full screen. I don't think the transition kicked off, but we'll switch back over. But stinger transitions, you can add your own custom stinger transitions.
Maybe I did a mistake by setting it up. I need some training.
No worries. But this has been something that's also been requested. And we thought that it was going to be a great way for those of you to have more branded elements, to really fully customize your events, and also to be able to go ahead and it's just something you don't see in a web-based tool, right? So why don't we talk a little bit about stinger transitions, and then we'll go ahead and demo it before we dive into today's topic, which is how do you have fully customizable streams inside of Evmux. We're going to show you how the picture-in-picture feature actually works, and things of that sort. But we're going to go ahead and show it here for you here in just a few moments. But Alad, why don't we talk about stinger transition for a little bit? Why was this a feature that we wanted to go ahead and release now?
I can share my screen and show you how to set it up. It's pretty cool and pretty simple.
Right.
So I hope you can see my screen now. Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah,
cool.
We see it.
So if I'm going to the scenes I have here on the left side, you see that now we have these three buttons here, 3 dots, sorry. So if I click, now we are live. So of course we can also play a scene and things of that sort. But when we are editing, I'll click on the 3 dots and then I go to stinger transition. Okay. Then what I'll do, it's super simple. It's a super simple feature. We try to do it as simple as possible. Right.
Yes.
And please, if you think that we missed something, we need to improve something here, open discussion as always. Please let us know what you think. So if I want to change the stinger, I'll go here and I'll select the stinger. So for now, we have only the regular fade, the default one, which is just, the regular transition. And we also added the Evmux Nice logo here. Okay, we are, of course, going to add more and more options. I also added something myself, like this kind of thing, nice thing here. And you can upload your own. So after you upload your own, let's say I choose something, okay? You can also play around with when exactly the transition will happen, because basically one scene transition to another scene. So you can play around and select when exactly it will happen. By default, it's in the middle, one scene, and then move directly to the other, and the stinger goes from one to another at the same time, but it's up to you how to do that. And then you can also select if it will have audio, assuming your video, the transition
Has
that
the
you're
audio,
uploading
right?
has an audio. You can select it if it will be muted or not, and then you save. That's pretty much it. And then anytime you play this scene, this what will happen. Okay,
Right.
anytime you will play this scene, this what will happen. So super simple, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. And I'm back to
Yep.
Anthony and me.
And you see that there's the transition, it comes back, and you can see here that it just automatically it just adds a whole nother level of kind of production that you're able to do there. It says here, the man mindset says, question, what type of upload file can you have?
Okay, cool. So the file, there is a question. Let me upload the
Yeah,
question.
there it is.
Highlight it.
Perfect. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so pretty easy. Any WebM, it should be a WebM video, because
Right.
in WebM you can have a transparent background, and
Correct.
then basically that's the whole idea of a stinger, that it will be transparent, and then you see one scene fades out and one scene fades in, and
Right.
that's the file. So WebM with transparent background, this is what you should upload.
Right. And it just like I said, it makes it to where you're able to have different transitions between the actual scenes for you to be able to switch between. And like you said, now when we switch scenes, we have a branded Evmux one that we're able to utilize. It's more than just a transition to another scene. It just levels up your production, where it just it's a higher quality level of production when you have just a regular, not a slide and slide in. Even though our transition was already smooth to begin with, this just takes it to a whole nother level by having you be able to do so much. Like, don't just think of this as a stinger transition. There's so much you can do with this because of the tool that's available to you and what you're able to go ahead and upload. So again, it is just super, super, super powerful to be able to use it. I'm super excited that this feature is available. Once again, over and over again, we're trying to take something that allows you to be able to create amazing content directly inside of your browser, right? And this is stuff like stinger transitions is stuff you typically only see in kind of software like OBS and things that are installed directly on your machine. So we got a question here from Grandma Joe. It says here, question, so then can we create a breath, glow, shrink, etc., and then upload that as a transition? You understand collecting? As long, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make sure that, one, it's a WebM file and that the background is transparent. So there needs to be in Canva, since I don't utilize Canva for creating transitions, I can't specifically confirm. But what I would do is a quick YouTube search. I'm pretty sure there's a video out there on how to make a stinger transition inside of Canva. And if it's available, and as long as you can have it as a WebM file, then you should be good to go to be able to have the transparent background.
Another thing I can add to that, you can also, what I did actually, I just was curious what is out there for WebM alpha channel transitions. This is like how people call it, alpha channel transitions. Honestly, I don't know why. Maybe Anthony knows why alpha channel, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, search in Google for alpha channel transitions WebM files, and you'll find nice websites with free, paid, whatever transitions. Some of them are free. And yeah, you can, download them. Sometimes also the download is for MOV file. And then you can go to another website and look for MOV conversion to WebM, and then there are websites out there that allowing you to convert from MOV to WebM, and then at the end of the day, make sure that you upload the WebM, because we don't support MOV on Evmux.
Yeah, correct. And a website you can use is called Free Converter. If you go to our YouTube channel where I showed you how to add background music into Evmux, on that video I shared a converter that converts MP3 to MP4, converts MP4 to WebM, multiple different file sources you're able to utilize. It's a free tool that you're able to utilize to create those actual conversions. So keep your questions coming in. We're going to continue to answer them as the town hall goes along. If it's your first time here tuning in, welcome. But what we like to do is, of course, we just announced this new stinger transition feature, and there's a lot of questions coming around it. We can definitely go ahead and take them now, or we can go ahead and save them for the end to tackle all questions that we go ahead and bring in. how would you like to move forward with that?
Yeah, I think we can run the video, because this video is
Perfect.
also something very important, the picture-in-picture one. Maybe
Right.
and you can elaborate a bit more why we created this video and what for, and then we can just collect questions after that.
Perfect. So that's what we'll do. So keep your questions coming in. We're going to go ahead and dive into the demo video for today, which is showing you how to go ahead and use picture-in-picture inside of Evmux. And take a look at the video, take a look at the examples, and then just wrap your mind around all the things you're able to do with this to be able to, once again, pretty much, we want to make it to where you can fully customize any aspect of your content utilizing Evmux. So with that being said, let's watch that video and then keep the questions coming in. And when we come back, we'll do some more demos and answer questions that you may have.
Enjoy.
Perfect. The picture-in-picture feature inside of Evmux is more than just a template. You're able to go ahead and customize the way it looks so that it meets your branding needs. You can utilize videos as backgrounds, you can share your screen, you could even do presentations and have your camera visible on top of that scene. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and get this set up utilizing Pro Scenes and all the things you're able to do to customize it to fit your liking. So once you get inside of your Evmux account, you're going to want to come here to the Live Studio Editor. Now you're going to want to come to the Pro Scene section here on the left hand side, and you can either start a new scene or you can use a scene that you already have. So I'm going to use this scene that has a background here, and the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and add our camera. So to be able to do that, here on the bottom you want to make sure you click this little gear and have your proper camera selected so that it appears here on the bottom left. Once you have that, you're going to select Add to Pro Scenes, and that's going to go ahead and bring your camera on screen. Now, the first thing that we want is that you can simply just go ahead and resize this down if you like and just place it in a corner, and then anything in the background that you want to go ahead and add. But you can get a little bit more customized with this. So the first thing that I want to do is that I want to remove my lower third. So to be able to do that, you're going to select the element, you're going to click this little computer screen, and you're going to remove the unenabled here. That's going to remove the lower third. And now what I like to do is that I like to go ahead and click Style and Effect. I like to go ahead and round the corners and then come to Dimensions and select Stretch to Canvas. This is going to unlock freeform cropping, which is going to allow me to be able to make this any shape that I want, where I want it to be a circle. There's a circle for my picture-in-picture, allowing me to have that customization. If I want it to be more of a rectangle or be a little bit more smaller, now I can have it there. So you can see here that your camera and the way you position your camera can be customized to how you like. You're not restricted to have just a box as your camera. So now let's go ahead and lock this here. So you can come here and lock it. That way it doesn't move anymore. You see that the background is the only thing that's moving. I can go ahead and lock that as well. And that's going to go ahead and allow me to be able to now to utilize the background and move things around how I like. So let's go ahead and start with an actual video. So adding a video as a background for a picture-in-picture, if you want to talk about a sports event or you want to review a video, it's just going to allow you to present and also have your camera on screen. So you can come here to the bottom and select Share Video. That's an easy way to do it. Or you can come here and go to your media library. So you can hit Add New Layer, go to Media Files, and you can upload an actual video if you want, or even a presentation. And then you can utilize a video that's already inside your library. So I'm going to utilize a video that I did called Auto Switching. This is a great feature that allows you to be able to switch between scenes automatically. So right out of the gate, you can see here that when the video came up, it hid my camera, and that's simply because of the positioning of where it's at. So all you want to do is you want to grab this and you want to make sure that it's under your camera, right? So you can see here now that you see me and you see myself. So now I can go ahead and be talking about this video that's going on, this presentation. This is why it's so powerful that you have Pro Scenes to be able to have picture-in-picture, but it takes it to another level by being able to customize it this way. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like when we go ahead and do a share screen. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this video. Again, it's going to give me my background. And then to share my screen, I want to come here to the bottom and I want to go ahead and select Share Screen. So let's say this is a screen that I want to share. Right? So now you're going to see here, once you share that screen, and when you share your screen, you have the ability to share a window, to share a Chrome tab. Just keep in mind that if you share a entire screen or your Chrome tab, that you go ahead and select Share Tab Audio, right? So now what I want to do is I want to share this screen here, and you're going to see it's going to come here at the bottom. What I want to do is select Add to Pro Scenes, and now you're going to see that it's going to be added here for me. So again, I can come here to Dimensions, I can say Stretch to Canvas, and you're going to see here that now my screen is full screen, so I can move things around. And now what I want to do again, your screen is above, so you want to move it down, right? So I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to bring it down. Now you can see here that now my picture in picture is set up. You see me on screen, you see my screen behind me. So anything that I'm doing on the secondary screen, you're going to be able to see, allowing me to be able to present and have access to this feature. It's simply just that powerful, and you're able to go ahead again, customize this to be what it is that you want. So you can shorten the way the screen share looks, allowing you to be able to customize it to give it more of a look. So let's say I unlock here. I can go ahead and bring this here. I can bring my share screen. So you can see here, I just created a custom picture-in-picture screen, allowing me to go full screen to bring it down. And that is the power of the Pro Scenes tool. So if you want to learn more about other features that you're able to utilize with Pro Scenes to be able to truly personalize and customize your live streams or recordings, go ahead and check out this video where I go deeper into more Pro Scenes features and other features inside of Evmux to level up your content creation. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, so perfect. I am extremely excited. I hope that you guys are enjoying today's town hall. I mean, we are literally having an amazing day. We have about 34 people on YouTube watching this town hall. So if you're enjoying what it is that we're sharing, if you're enjoying the stage traditions, if you're enjoying the power of Pro Scenes, make sure you like the video so we can get it out to more people. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to get access to more features and new videos trying to teach you on how to dominate Evmux as much as possible. So we saw a lot of questions coming in.
Subscribe. We want you to follow us. We want you to make sure that you get the best content. You know, Anthony is not saying on for himself, but he's working very hard to create this amazing content each and every week with shorts, with good videos. And actually, you know, I just see the difference between people that are watching and following to people that are not. People watching and following, just creating better content. So, you know, free. Subscribe, watch, like, comment, help us grow, spread the word. Let's do this. Let's do it together.
And we do this for you guys because we want, again, we say it over and over again, none of the things that we're doing are ultimately possible without you guys in the community. Our Facebook group is growing every single day. People are coming in there asking questions, which helps us learn what's working, what's not, what are the things we need to adjust. And sometimes, you know, when you have so many people using Evmux, people can catch things that allow us to be able to have multiple eyes and say, hey, I love for this feature to be available. Hey, I just figured this out. Or like, hey, look at this. And it's just like together, it's what's going to make Evmux great. So we have a lot of questions. Bring in your questions about stinger transitions, bring in your questions about Pro Scenes. We just want to kind of reestablish just how much we're able to do with Pro Scenes, right? You see stinger transitions, you see, you know, animated lower thirds, you see picture in picture, but at the end of the day, the foundation is Pro Scenes. This is why over and over again, I say, you know, try to stray away from dynamic scenes. You can utilize it. We want you to utilize it, but Pro Scenes is the tool that you need to learn how to master because it really opens up a whole nother level of playing fields. And every single week we're trying to make tweaks, right? For those of you that remember when you first joined into Evmux, and there's several of you here that are here from launch, before when you had the camera feed at the bottom, you couldn't just click a button and add it directly into Pro Scenes. That wasn't available before, right? So now you see that we are simplifying the amount of clicks that it takes for you to be able to move from one step to the next, making it easier and faster for you to be able to create and go live. So with that, Alad, if you want to go ahead and share, just let's talk about Pro Scenes for a second before we dive into some questions, because I really do enjoy Pro Scenes and what is available and what you can do. Again, you see the transitions, and let's just talk about it and share. So what are your thoughts, right? What have you seen over the last few months when it comes to Pro Scenes?
Yeah, so I think, as Anthony said, you don't have to utilize Pro Scenes. It's important to mention that Evmux is super easy to use right out of the box with the dynamic scenes here, okay? And you can add Anthony and I to the stream, and I can transition pretty quickly to a dynamic scene, okay? But it is very limited. And I'm saying, you know, it's fine to begin with as beginners, but we see content creators as people that evolve. Okay, just this week, I talked with an amazing guy, Jesse, that he has a pretty nice show on sports. And he told me exactly what I wanted to hear, okay? And he told me, hey, you know, I'm creating content for 1.5 years already, And I felt like I need to evolve as a content creator. I thought and I felt like I need to go to the next level. And with Evmux, I can do that. And that's exactly what we want to hear. And when here in the town halls, we try, to grow together and to educate you to be better content creators. So that's why we're talking so much on ProScenes. Dynamics, it's easy. Go live, easy. And that's why we have that. I think it's important that it will be super easy to go live. ProScenes is for people that are going live for a while and they would like to go to the next level and they would like to make their content and shows more appealing. We allow you to do that. We have so many videos on ProScenes and how to do that. And also the picture-in-picture video we just had today. This is basically another way, very common way, how to leverage ProScenes, right? It's something you can do only with ProScenes, and Evmux is maybe the only tool, for sure the only web-based tool allowing you to do that. And I think that's amazing. So go for it. Not much for me to show you here because so many videos on that. If you have specific questions, yes, I will share screen again and I'll show what we've got. But that's it's simple. Go for it. Try, watch videos, educate yourself, ask questions, go to the Facebook group and ask questions. The community is amazing. Just do it. Really.
It just opens up a lot of doors. And for anybody who's just tuning in right now, welcome. Super happy to have you here. We love to see, it's crazy to see just that there's so many people that are coming back and new people that are finding it. So let's go ahead and dive into our favorite part of the town hall, which is answering questions, because this is where the video ideas come. This is where the feedback comes. And this is where we can educate you more and equip you with the tools you need to dominate Evmux. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and address the questions in the order that they're received. Go ahead and keep filling in your questions, and we'll go ahead and try to get through them as quickly as possible. So we'll go ahead and start here at the top. We got our first question came in from Berlismo that says here, any music beds or ramp music yet? Also, any integration for notifications and donations and support, etc. So this is going to be our web sources. So as soon as our web sources is available, you will be able to go ahead and integrate third-party elements to be able to bring up donations and alerts, animated alerts on your screen, utilizing third-party tools like, for example, like Stream Elements and things of that sort. So that is going to be available once we open up with web sources. Anything you want to add there, Alad?
You said it better than I do.
All right, perfect. So we got that there. So we got our next question here. Let's see here. Curious about, it says, curious about transitions on your lower thirds. Okay. It says also, is there a way to upload custom lower thirds as transparent videos to use pre-made animations? So this again is once again, we come back to ProScenes. Because of the powerful feature of ProScenes, you're able to create a scene. You're able to disable the native lower thirds inside of Evmux. You're able to disable them. And then adding a WebM file, you're able to go ahead and add that media file directly into a scene, allowing you to be able to have custom lower thirds that are animated and come in as you feel. And then you can have it in the media file, you can just have it to loop. So then it just loops, right? So if you have like an animation where you have it to where it just loops over and over again, you're able to do that. But custom lower thirds is available. What about you, Alad? Anything to add to that?
Yeah, definitely. So that's again trying to understand the logic of the process. If you can add any layer that you want, if we also support WebM files with transparent backgrounds, it can give you the power to do so many different things. Actually, even stingers were kind of possible with the WebM files in some sort. Okay, even these. So if I'm thinking about lower thirds, let's say that I would like to have a lower third with an animation of about 10 seconds, okay? And then I would like it to repeat every minute. I'll create a WebM video with 10 seconds animation and then just transparent frame for another 1 minute, okay? And then I'll loop this video in Evmux. So this video will run with 10 seconds of the animation, then the last frame will be there for another 50 seconds or 1 minute, and then loop over and over again. That's one option. Another option is to have this, let's say you don't know exactly when you would like to have the lower third, but you want it to be there occasionally, okay? So you can have one scene without lower thirds at all, and another scene with the lower third, okay? Not looping. Okay, so you
Right.
can play around with them. Another way
Right.
is to have the last frame as a transparent frame without anything and not
Mm-hmm.
looping. Right, another thing, and then the scene will be played. The lower third will go for 10 seconds. The last
Right.
frame will stay there forever until you play another scene. But the
Right.
last frame will be just a transparent thing with nothing
Correct.
shown. So for
Right.
the audience, they will see 10 seconds of a nice animation of lower third, and that's basically it. So
Mm-hmm.
many different things to tackle the same use
Right.
case because of the process.
Right. And it just WebM files are the key for that 100%. So that was great. So anybody who needed that, WebM is the files you want to use to be able to create those kind of animations in there. So we got a question here from Student of the Word. I see Cosmic did respond to it. But the question for Student of the Word says, I add an overlay. How do I display an overlay with full screen right now? It only takes up about 50 to 60% of the screen. So I'll take Cosmic's response here. It says, once you go ahead and have that element, once you click on it, you're going to have the magic toolbar at the top, right? Which is going to give you all the features. First one is going to give you a little bullseye, right? Or crosshair, however you want to call it. And then you click that, and then you're going to see an option that says stretch to canvas. And that's going to go ahead and bring it full screen. Now, it may go full screen and you're like, oh, well, my camera disappeared. Again, you're going to look at layers and you want to make sure that that element is under your camera. That way you can be above. So just treat it as layers. I'm going to make a video on going deeper into layers and explaining layers, how they work. Like, how do you stack things above each other? And like when you have music, where do you position it? When you have other elements, how do you position it? So look out for a video on that. But to answer your question, using the stretch to canvas feature is what's going to make it full screen for you.
I think also in the last video of picture in picture, you also tackled that. Like you show how you stretch to canvas, you show how you move it around, and you show also how you move around the layers.
Yes.
So the picture in picture video can also
is
help
a good
here.
video for right now.
Besides the stretch to canvas, you can just drag and drop and change the size of the element.
Correct.
So that's you can just change the size and bring it to to be full screen. That's another option.
Right. Yeah. So again, once you add it to the scene, then you can go ahead and kind of modify it and make it as big as you want. So it says here, our last second sports says, shout out to Evmux. They make it easy to want to be a customer, excited to be a part of their early growth. Really excited to have you on board with us. Bearlismo says, I use this feature all the time, which is the picture in picture. The freeform cropping tool is amazing to be able to zoom in effect. Perfect. Love it. So we got a question here from Grandma Joe. It says, can you have you and the guest overlaid on top of a shared or video when it's full screen? 100%. So again, because of Pro Scenes, you're able to customize every aspect of it and that you want. So if you're playing a video behind it, you can have two cameras, yourself and your guest, on top of the video. And again, the picture-in-picture video is going to dive deep into this, where I showcase that, where I'm actually playing one of our YouTube videos and I'm on top of that video, allowing me to be able to talk about it, pause the screen, and just talk about what's happening there. So 100%, you just want to make sure that the layer is on the bottom and the cameras are above, or the layers on top. That's the thing. That's going to be key. Or you can have the cameras under, so you can just hear the audio and not see the face. That way the audience can see the video or see the picture, and you guys can be behind the picture or the video talking about it, so you can hear audio. So that's what we do when we share screen here. We put our cameras behind the share screen. You don't see us, but you still hear our audio.
Exactly. And another thing, when you add any video, any element basically to the process, remember when you click on it, there is this toolbar that Anthony talked about. Mm-hmm. Explore this toolbar. Okay, so many different options. It depends on the element you're adding. If it's a video, of course, you have some other options rather than it's a picture or a speaker, because for speakers, you can play with the lower thirds. And with videos, you can play with the sound of the video. You can change the volume, you can mute it, you can loop it, you can auto switch it, you can do so many different stuff. Change the size, stretch to canvas, whatever. A lot of different options with this nice toolbar. So I just recommend you all to test it. And for your question, Grandma Joe, you can play this video as Anthony said, and then you can decide if this video will be muted or this video will be full volume, or just change the volume to be 50% because you want to talk over it. Just try and see what works best for you. But Evmux is not limiting you. That's what I like about it.
Yeah. So to answer your question, you 100% can do that. So we got a question here from Donald. It says, can you use an iPad for picture and picture. So you 100% can. I know I've seen people that use the iPad Pad Pro to be able to do it. It's not going to give you you can bring it as a guest for sure. And bring the iPad in as a guest, as a speaker, 100%. Utilizing the Evmux platform as a producer inside of the iPad, you download Google Chrome and utilize it, but you're not going to see the same kind of experience that you're going to see when you're on an actual computer. So if you want to talk a little bit more about this, Alad, you can share how they would accomplish that in the experience on the iPad as well.
Yeah, so the experience in iPad, again, because iPad is supporting Safari, also Chrome, so it can work. I'm not a fan of it. I think that when you produce a show, it's much easier to produce it with a computer. That's me.
Right.
That said, we know that we need to add more capabilities for mobile, iPads, for the studio to be more responsive. For now, the speaker room is fully responsive, 100%. And for iPads and phones, it's a bit more challenging, I agree.
Right.
But again, you can add them as guests and then have your computer to manage the stream and your iPad as the camera. So this is the workaround now. Let me know, Donald, if you have any further questions.
Yeah, and at the same time, I've also seen people who use the iPad to connect it as an additional screen to the computer. So if you are connecting it as a separate screen to your computer, as long as it's being picked up as a monitor on your computer, you can use the screen share feature on Evmux and use that as your background, where it's displaying your iPad, and then you're able to do the picture-in-picture in that. So if that's the direction you want to go, then 100% you can use it that way. I just wouldn't recommend having the full experience inside of Evmux as a producer in the iPad. Like I said, it's doable, but it's not going to give you the best experience as you would have on a computer. But you can use it as an external monitor, 100%. So it says, Pure, welcome. Says, sorry, I'm late. No, you're here. You just made it right on time. So let's see here. We got a, all right. Let me see if I didn't miss any questions. Okay. Grandma Joe says, question off topic. When I move to basic, is there a way to still feature Evmux logo just where and when I want it rather than only in the upper corner? 100%. So once you go ahead and remove off the free plan, you get rid of the watermark. But if you do want to go ahead and add the Evmux logo, your logo, you're able to move it around anywhere that you want. For example, I think you guys see here on the top right side, there's a little live icon, right? That's kind of like a logo. It's a PNG file that you can go ahead and put there if you want, or move the logos around. So utilizing ProScene, as long as you add a transparent PNG logo in there, you're able to put it anywhere you want. So if you do want access to Evmux assets as far as like the logos, we can go ahead and share that with you. That way you can go ahead and utilize it inside of your shows, and you can place it anywhere that you want on the screen, 100%.
Basically, when you are upgrading for basic or pro, the Evmux logo on the top right corner just disappears.
Just disappears, right.
And then from there, you can do whatever you want, basically.
Right, 100%. It says here, Albert, let's see any of the questions. All right, Treasure says, I'm sorry, Sergio. Sergio says, hello. Can there be more than one host within the platform? So 100%. We do have the availability for collaborations, allowing you to be able to have more than one host to be able to assist you in managing the production. One host can be managing the scenes. The other one can be, doing a test production or just being the host in there. So you 100% can have more than one host on the paid plans for sure. Treasure says, is there a way to save a pro scene layout so we don't have to redesign it each time like a template? So saving an actual pro scenes is a little bit different, but you can duplicate it. So we don't have the availability to just save a whole template. But this is a video that I'm also making as well, because I think that there is a little bit of a confusion is to thinking that you need to make a new session every time you go live or do a recording session, especially if it's something that's more repetitive, right? For example, we don't make a new session every time we do a town hall. So therefore, if we do need to make let's say I want to duplicate this layout that you see right now on screen, but instead of me and Alad, I want it to be me and another guest. Well, I can just duplicate this actual scene, this layout, duplicate it, and then just make the modifications, allowing me to almost in a sense use that same templated layout in there. So, but as far as saving the templates as a whole, to use another session, you won't be able to save it that way. You'll have all the assets for another sessions that you can recreate it. But most of the time, utilizing the same session is always going to be the best route, unless you're in a, I don't really see too much of a scenario where you need to have multiple sessions, unless you're doing like an event or a virtual event or those kind of scenarios there, because most of the time you're running one live stream at a time, or one recording at a time. So utilizing the same session and making the modifications, because most of the time if you're using a show, you're probably going to have the same intro, maybe the same outro, right? And then most of the time you're going to have the same screen of you talking, and then a screen with you and a guest. So repurposing the same session is a solution to having a templated scene that you can just modify and customize. Anything to add on there, Alad?
Yeah, I think you touch exactly the point. Think about it as if you are using this session again and again and again, that's amazing, because this is what we do. One time we set up everything, and then from week to week we just do the small modifications, like we actually connect to the system 5 minutes before we go live, just to make sure everything is ready. Also, your broadcasting channels will be there, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. And then from time to time you go live, you'll just change the post, right? You change the title, the description, but then everything will be there for you. If you do need to create another session, so the assets will be there, but the scenes you'll have to recreate them. We are working on a duplicate session option. I don't know, no ETA yet. We are going to add it, but to be very honest, for the majority of people, it's just amazing to reuse the same session again and again with tweaks here and there. Right,
100%. 100% there. See now some new faces coming in here. Juman, welcome. We see TZTV, welcome. Mountain View Church, welcome. Says the video quality looking poor. If you're watching on YouTube, YouTube sometimes defaults to 360p. So you just got to go to the little gear icon, select the little gear icon, and then push it to 1080p 60. And then you should be good there. All right, so let's keep going with this question. I'm loving these questions. Really love engaging with you guys. Cass says, loving the advancements that you guys have made since launching. I have got to step up and get going with this amazing streaming tool. We're here to support you any way we can. Universal says 100 hearts. Let's see here. So we got a question from, let's say Undo says, now I'm sure the switch to Evmux was the right decision. We're super happy to have you. And again, we're trying to make the platform as best as possible. Albert says, question, Alad and Anthony, how did you create the double lower third where it shows the Evmux logo and title and then your name? I'm going to have to play with this feature. So this is one of the predefined templates inside of Evmux. Once you go ahead and select the animated lower thirds, did you want to go ahead and explain it a lot?
Yeah, you know what? Let's share screen. I think it's a great question.
Yeah. I think it's a great opportunity to share.
Let me make sure that I'm playing the right scene here.
Yeah,
that's my screen.
Yeah, okay. We'll go ahead and demonstrate right now on how to be able to go ahead and get it done.
Cool. So, boom. All right.
Nice. The transitions active. All right, let's go. Come on.
So lower thirds is something that, as you know, you can play around with, right? So let's take a scene here that I have from whenever, who knows when. And
this is when we had Darius. This is when we had the famous Darius on board with us.
All right.
Yeah.
Clicking on the element, and then this toolbar pops up. Going to lower thirds, I can change the type of the lower third, right?
Right.
The lower third with the logo is this one.
Right.
Okay.
Then pretty much the second to last.
What you need to do is when you create this speaker in the dashboard, you want to make sure that you upload the logo of the company. And then the system knows how to collect this logo to pull it and present it part of the lower third. That's basically okay. Make sure that you upload the logo in a nice color that it makes sense. I recommend to upload it in a white color. So PNG white color, transparent background, and white color for the logo, and it will do the job for you. And let us know how it works. Actually, it was a long time since we set it up. So let us know how the experience was for you. We never talked about it. Actually, I don't know why.
Yeah.
We should.
And you can actually stay here in the lower thirds as well and just showcase all the animations that are actually available for lower thirds. So you don't have to go out there and create your own custom or lower third. There's tons of animations here that you're able to go ahead and utilize to be able to go ahead and have all different kind of transitions, all kind of different animations. And then you can see here the apply to all button.
Yeah.
Right? Do you see it? The apply to all button. So before, again, those of you who are with us since launch, you had to customize the lower third per speaker. And it can be a little bit tedious, right? Especially if you have a panel with a whole bunch of different guests, having to change each individual lower third can be kind of a hassle. So now you finalize your lower third that you want, utilize the one that we have here. You then have several options to be able to handle the timing, how often it shows, when it shows, what to do next. Right here, right? Delay it, show it all the time, repeat, the size, the main color, with title, with logo, right? And then you have this positioning, right? To the right. You can then work on positioning to be able to see where you want that. So there's a lot of flexibility here for you to be able to use this animated lower third again. To be able to have those kind of features. But yes, to add the logo, it happens at the speaker level. When you add your speaker, add their logo, or just go back to your own profile. You go all the way to your profile, to your settings, and then add the logo for yourself. And then you'll also appear there. Your logo will showcase as well. So I hope that helps there. But that was a great question there. Let's see here. So Brenton TV Stream says, I really want to know, how can I live stream on the platform you promote to only to YouTube? And also, if you can comment back, that can be great. Okay. So to be able to go ahead and stream directly to YouTube, you simply are going to go inside of your dashboard again. And then at the top right-hand side, you're going to see an option that says broadcast channels. And all you're going to do is select YouTube as the only channel. You'll activate it, and you can go live. And then now you'll just be using Evmux to stream directly to YouTube only. Currently, right now, there's not a way for you to be able to go ahead and respond back to comments directly inside of Evmux, but you are able to display comments that are coming in from YouTube in Evmux to showcase on your live stream. Anything to add there, Lon?
I think there is also a great video in our channel. You can look for multi-stream, and in this video, basically, Anthony explains how to set up a broadcasting channel and then how to set up multiple broadcasting channels.
Right.
Specifically talking on YouTube as well. So I really recommend you to go and watch this video. Just search for Evmux Stream and you'll find it.
Yeah, that was great. So we said another question here from all. Says, question, when videos play in dynamic scenes, okay, the mic is muted, but there is no mute sign on the mic to signify if the audio is on or off. Is that a feature that could be added?
Yeah, great question. And the thing is that it's, again, the dynamic versus the pro. Okay, with dynamic, we want to keep things as simple as possible. Okay, so when the video, like, when you think about it, let's say, I don't know how to explain that, but the video is on and you're not on the screen. Okay, so when you're not on the screen, you won't be heard. Only if you're on the screen, you are heard. So if the video is playing and automatically takes you off in dynamic, it means people won't hear you. Okay, if you want people to hear you, add yourself to the stream. That's dynamic. I agree with you. It's super limited. Okay, and that's exactly why we recommend you to go, if this is something you would like to do, which is a bit more advanced than just, okay, I'm on the stage, then I'm playing a video, then I'm back on the stage. For that, dynamic is okay. All right. But if you would like to do something like, I want to talk, then I want to play a video and talk over the video, then let's utilize cross-scenes, what we just explained to Graham and Joe, put the video and then add yourself as another layer, put yourself above the video or below the video if you don't want to be seen but only heard, and then you can achieve that. So I think we don't have it in dynamic just because we want to keep dynamic as simple as possible. And if you want to take it to the next level, go to cross-scenes, and also very easily you can achieve whatever you want.
Right. 100%. Love that. Love that. See a lot of comments. These are not questions. These are more comments about just, we're super grateful for everyone appreciating the things that we're doing here inside of Evmux. And again, none of this is possible without you guys being here, answering these questions, giving us feedback. Again, it's not possible, right? If you guys weren't here, me and Alad our town halls would be 10 minutes. So with that, it's great to be able to have the community here that we have. So we have a question here from 100% Wrestling Podcast. Says when will the guests be able to view comments on screen? So right now, your guests are able to go ahead and view the comments on screen if they are a speaker. They're going to be in the back room, and even if they're guests, they're going to be in the speaker room or our green room, however you want to call it. So right now, for example, Alad is the host, and I am a guest or a speaker, right? So anytime that Alad puts a comment on screen, like he has right now for the Wrestling Podcast, on the back end, I'm able to see a little pop-up that comes up with that actual comment. Then I also have on my side a chat and social feature that allows me to be able to see all of the comments that are being put on screen. Now, the one thing is that the guest and the speaker are not going to see all of the comments that are being displayed inside of the chat. Like, for example, all the comments that are in YouTube are displayed to the host, but are not displayed to the guest, right? So if you want your guests and speakers to be able to see all the comments, there's two ways to be able to do this. One, you create a pro scenes where you actually put in your chat so people can actually see it, right? So you have your camera, you have your chat. I have a video coming out on this. I think it's next week or the following, showing you how to display your chat inside of pro scenes. So that way everybody can see all the comments coming in, or you tell your guest or your speaker to have the channel where you're streaming to open for them to be able to see all the chat windows. Anything else to add to that, Alad?
Yeah, that's something, we hear a lot from people asking for the guests to see all the comments and not only the highlighted comments. We are still thinking about that because, maybe there will be comments you don't want your guests to see, right? You don't have a control on what's going on. They will see everything, even people maybe cursing, maybe spammers, maybe whatever, maybe competitors. I don't know. Okay. But if for now, it's basically a moderated chat, right? Because only if you highlight it, then once you highlight it, will pop up for your guest. And also they have basically two tabs. They have the chat, the internal chat for the guests and producers only, if there is any internal chat we want to do, and the social tab, which is all the comments highlighted by the producer. And then any comments that basically you as a producer decided to put on the screen will be shown to your guests. I understand it's pros and cons. Being honest, we are still figuring out what is the right way to go there. For now, we decided to keep it moderated because people can see the comments in YouTube and have it in another screen. Open to hear your thoughts on this, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is just keep sharing, and we're going to continue to improve the platform. We're just getting started. So there's going to be multiple improvements coming our way. So Albert says, regarding your picture-in-picture question, I've also integrated NDI in my scenes. If you want to test, happy to help. 100%. So Albert, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. And then let's go ahead and set up. I would love to be able to get connected, maybe do a call. And you can share with me your workflow, your process, how you're utilizing Evmux. See if that gives us some insight as well to be able to make some improvements, because I know a lot of people who struggle to use NDI, and that could be something that I can go ahead and make a video on to educate others on how to utilize it to the best of their ability. So we got here a question. It says, TZ says, Alad, how you doing? Alad, how are you doing? And then we got a CC
Great,
here.
man.
Doing great. Excited, right? Excited.
Really.
So it says here, other web-based, SmackDown says, other web-based platforms claim they can't do certain things. Evmux is doing because it's web-based. What kind of witchcraft are you using? Keep up the good work, leveling up the game. Nothing. The thing that we always say is that if it's been done, there's a way, right? So if somebody has done, if it's been done, and it's something that we can create, because we're only limited to our creativity, right? There's really we have an amazing dev team that are creative, they work hard, that continue to hone in on their craft, and they're always trying out new things to be able to go ahead and make the platform as best as possible. I mean, I don't think they've ever in a chat with us have ever said that's not possible. They're like, how can we do? And then they just get to work. They it's like the brain just starts working. And they're like, I may not have the answer right now, but I kind of understand a little bit of what this can look like. And then next thing we know, they've done it. So again, big kudos to the dev team, because without them, of course, most of these features wouldn't be available. So I'm super excited for that.
That's a great point also for content creators.
Right.
To be curious, right? To look for new things. I think we have an amazing team of people that really like what they do and really interested. It's a challenge. It's very live streaming, content creation. It's very challenging on its own, and develop the platform for them. It's super challenging. So having people that really take it as a challenge, not as a job. Really, our people like working around the clock because it's interesting for them to learn more and to be better. And I think that's the key here. So kudos again to the dev team.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect. So we got a question here from Juma. Let me see here if I see it here. It says, been using, did I skip one? No, I think here. Okay, been using multiple platforms to run my live show. Test Evmux recently, but the video ratio was off, squashed vertically. And the video and audio was out of sync. Are these known issues? So this isn't something that many people are encountering as far as the video ratio being off and kind of the audio sync issues. So it's probably best to be able to go ahead and get connected with us. Either email us at info@evmux.com or dive into the Facebook group and get connected with one of us, myself or Alad. And then we can kind of take a look at to see if there's any things that are conflicting with Evmux that may be preventing you from having a smooth experience within the platform. So we can be able to help you. Anything else you want to add there?
Yeah. Usually sync issues might be both internet or your computer is working too hard, consume too much resources for some reason. So maybe a reboot and making sure that you close all other softwares not relevant for the stream can help. Another thing might be a problem with the camera. Not specifically that the camera is not good. Sometimes it's not working very well with the browser. And then again, a refresh or a reboot can help. So we would love to connect with you. There is no such issue in Evmux that you're aware of. Usually this kind of stuff is the computer, camera, hardware, internet connection. You're using things of that sort.
Yeah. And I missed a question here from Cosmic. It says here, will there be profile features where certain files like an intro, outro, logo does not have to be uploaded each time or having to rename an older broadcast? So
I have an answer.
Good.
So basically what will solve the issue for you here is what we're working on, which is duplicate sessions. So duplicate the whole session with the whole assets, with the whole scenes you created, and then you will be able, I understand people that would like to create different sessions because it makes things more organized for them in the platform.
Right, correct. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why the duplicate session is something we're working on. I don't have an ETA yet, but it's definitely high in our roadmap.
Right. And at the same time, again, remember the way that Evmux works, it's in a level system. So you have your project is the first level, right? So that's think of that's your home, right? That's your home with an address. So then the sessions are everything inside of that home. So it doesn't matter if you have a home with 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, you're able to go ahead and utilize every element in each room, regardless of it, as long as you're inside that home. Every element that you utilize. So for example, everything that we utilize today in the town hall in this session, as long as we stay within the same home, which is the project, and we make another session, our media files are going to be the same. Every video we've ever uploaded, every image, every graphic that we ever uploaded, as long as it's in that same project, we have access to, so you don't have to re-upload elements and assets. And then as far as renaming the broadcast, the name of your broadcast is more reflective to you. So if that is of importance to you, then yeah, you would have to rename it. But otherwise, your audience and your viewers don't see what you name your broadcast. So
it's totally internal.
Yeah,
it's totally internal. And yeah, let's just make sure we're on the same page. All the assets they live
Right.
there from session to session as
Right.
long as you're on the same project.
Mhm.
Scenes that you created won't go
Right.
from session to session, at least until we will have the duplicate
Mhm.
session feature. So
Correct.
for now, if you do need to create a new session for some reason, you'll have to recreate the scenes, but you don't
Mhm.
have to upload the elements. They will live under the media files. You will be
Right.
able to find them there and just add them to the scene easily.
Mhm. Perfect. Perfect. So we got a question here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Their best cosmic. It says here, Bear Lismo. We'll be able to take a few more questions. So we got here. Bear Lismo says, "Can I delete previous invited guests? As currently I have a whole historic in a list."
Yeah,
So as far as
so
deleting guests.
if you are using the same session, the
Mhm.
answer is no. You'll have to recreate a session because the system basically remember them, and then also the URL, it's the same URL, so they know the
Right.
URL and they are able to join again
Mhm.
theoretically. So they are there. You cannot delete them. You can just create a new session and then they will be gone.
Right. Love
We're
that.
talking about guests that you just
Mhm.
added to the stream with the generic link and not in the dashboard. In the dashboard, of course, you can delete speakers,
Right.
edit speakers, whatever.
Yes, 100%. So we got a question here from the man mindset. Says here, I stream on a bunch of channels at once. Will you ever have a feature where you can just upload one thumbnail and it would hit on all channels? So 100%, this is something that we are working to like and apply all. Simply, this is a feature that I've been requesting as well. Simply just from setting up the town hall, we stream to multiple platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and every time you do have to add the individual thumbnail, even though it's going to be the same. So this is a feature you can see pretty soon as well, and apply all. Because like I said, our goal is to try to streamline your process and get you from point A to point B as fast as possible, right? So we can save you, 30 seconds of having to upload 4 thumbnails exactly the same, then we can go ahead and achieve that. So definitely something that is in the works. Anything to add there, Alad?
It's going to be soon. We're
Perfect.
working
All
on it.
right. I love it. Love it. Love it. It says Jamal says, "Hey, love Evmux. Alad and Anthony, you guys are great. I love how personal you are. Question: how can we manage camera glitch problems during the stream? Upload speeds are good, but still experiencing issues during lives." Hold on, I missed the second part of the question. With live drop frames or freezing, how would you go about correcting that? I've tried 2 cameras. So Jamal, this is going to be great for us to be able. It's going to be a little bit harder to troubleshoot it correctly here on the live. But once again, if you haven't got connected inside the Facebook group or with us, I think I have seen you before, so I'm pretty sure you have. But send us a message either to info@evmux.com or connect with myself or Alad inside the Facebook group, and we can kind of take a look at it again. Simply because sometimes it can be a cable that you're utilizing, right? That's maybe glitching out. It can be a setting, or it can be a plugin or an extension in your browser. There's just multiple things that can be causing the friction between the camera and the output, for you to be able to use it. Because for myself, I utilize an external camera. I use a DSLR camera that's plugged in using a Elgato cam link to be able to pick it up as a webcam. So for the most part, like I said, there could be things that are causing issues, but we're more than happy to help out and
I'll
help you
just
get that
add to
sorted out.
that.
Mhm.
I'll just add to that monitoring is super important, and bringing
Right.
us back to the video from 1 week ago, I think, that we uploaded about monitoring. We allow you to monitor in Evmux, which is amazing.
Mhm.
I think it's a game changer for live streamers to
Right.
be able to monitor live without delay. So recommend you all to monitor, and
Right.
then if there is any issue, you catch it immediately. And then sometimes it might be able just to refresh, and then it's
Right.
because we're talking about connection
Mhm.
between your client, the guest clients, to the
Right.
servers. Sometimes something happened
Correct.
with this connection, and a quick refresh helps. Of course, our system
Mhm.
mitigates these kind of things automatically and do
Right.
reconnection if needed and things of that sort. But sometimes you clicking a refresh just save the day.
Mhm.
So
Correct.
monitoring is one key factor for success, and the other one, be able to mitigate quickly with a quick
Mhm.
refresh, or, something like that can make the whole difference
Right.
sometimes.
Right. So we'll take 2 or 3 more questions right here, and then just go ahead and wrap up. So a question here says, Jim Lawyer says, any update on when we might see multi-camera ability, any possibility for SRT output, and to get rid of OBS and use Evmux only. So again, the multi-camera feature is something I want to really emphasize on the fact of that it's just not going to be a button where you just select multi-camera and add a second video output, right? I want you guys to understand that we're really thinking deep about this feature, and what features inside of that feature you guys are going to be able to utilize and need. It's not just add another camera, but again, these are things that we want to emphasize. And again, as soon as it's available, just like we've done today, you guys are going to be the first ones to know. If you're inside the Facebook group, you're going to be the first ones to know. And we know how much people want multi-cameras and web sources to be available. And the dev team is working really hard to get those polished and ready to come to the market 100%. So it says here, let me see if I missed anything. Let me see. Lost my track there. Okay, so it says Universal says, did our first live stream using Evmux on Sunday. However, there was a noticeable delay in the video. Could this be due to the type of camera or what? So it depends on when you talk about a delay. Is that a delay inside of the actual platform where you were streaming to? Because right now, even if we're streaming to YouTube, there is a delay of a latency. So I may be saying something now and it may not come up on YouTube for the next 2 to 3, 4, maybe sometimes 10 seconds in there. So again, just get connected with us to determine where the delay is actually occurring, whether it's directly inside of Evmux when you're monitoring. There's still going to be a 1 second delay even when you're monitoring. And then again, if it's on the platform, we can kind of see it there. And then it says here, Imagine Studios question, is it being considered to have the functionality to stream to your personal website like a player embed? Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, so it is possible already only for enterprises. Let's call it bespoke packages. So if it is something you would like to have, connect to us, and we will figure it out what you need, because it's a bit more complicated how many people are going to watch and things of that sort. So we have that. Let's talk. For now, it's not part of the, let's say, regular packages, only under bespoke package.
Right. And then Jamal here has a question. Are you able to pin comments inside of Evmux that you may want to address later on? This is a request that has been asked for before. It is something that it is on kind of at our attention, something to be able to go ahead and work on. So again, Jamal, inside of the Facebook group, you can go, or you can just send us an email also to info@evmux.com, just requesting that feature again, because again, it's almost like upvoting it, so we can prioritize certain the features that are being requested there. So let's see here. Last one we got here says, big shout out to the Evmux crew and intuitive controls and constant tutorial videos makes this disabled content creator very happy. I'm 12 live streams in and Ken's still going. Thank you so much. Really, really happy for you to be using the platform and just to keep giving back. We've had several conversations already and it's been amazing. So if you guys haven't had the opportunity to answer your question, or we didn't get an opportunity to address your question,
one last question I want to tackle because it's important.
Cool.
Because I catched it and there is a solution to that. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So you're asking basically how your guests can see the final result that you stream out, right? So it is 100% possible for your guests. On the left side for them, they can see the participants, and next to that there is a tab saying live. If they click on the live, they will be able to see exactly what is being shown to the audience. Okay, and that's a really powerful feature because we agree this is something we had right out of the gate. So because you are not familiar with that, it was important for me to talk about that. Guests can 100% see what's being streamed, but it's only when you're starting to streaming or recording. Right. If you are just playing around and you're not live or recording, they won't see that. But when you go live, they will be able to see that. So now when I'm live and Anthony is a guest, Anthony can know exactly how it looks. He can see me on the right side, Anthony on the left side, the lower thirds, the question on the screen, everything.
So and you can pop it out as well.
If you need some help, again, connect with us in the Facebook group. The great community can help, or we can help, but it is definitely something that we have in Evmux.
Yeah, 100%. And then Old Surf Dad says there's an Amazon capture card that's like $25 that works far better than the cam link. Feel free to drop it inside of the Facebook group. It said, yeah, I've seen Anthony glitching and freezing. We'll take a look at the recording afterwards to see what may have happened there. SmackDown says,
it might be. Listen, I think it's worth mentioning. It might be that the internet of Anthony or something in his computer caused him glitch here and there. It's live streaming. No one is streaming from AWS directly, right? So it's part of the game. Part of the game, and it is what it is. Yeah. I think that's part of the magic. We are creating content, but we are not CNN, right? And that's what people love, to be able to talk to real people, not to a big TV channel.
And a lot of times, there's a lot of times I don't even move. So you may think I'm frozen, but I'm just not moving, and it may look like I'm frozen, but for the most part, because I'm reading, you know what I mean? I'll just be like, yeah, it's like I'm frozen, but I'm not. So it says, SmackDown says, if my power goes out midstream, does the broadcast end, or can I power back up and join the broadcast again? So that's another beautiful feature of Evmux, pretty much being web-based. If anything crashes, the live stream is going to keep going. We'll go ahead and pop up your profile picture on the screen if you're on screen, and then you just turn your computer back on, power back up, log back into Evmux, and your stream is ready to go. So you don't have to worry about it too much. So with that being said, I love it. Great town hall today. Again, if you haven't had the opportunity to hit the like button or to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do. None of this is possible without you guys. And with that being said, join us in the Facebook group. If we didn't get to asking your question, again, me and Alad jump in there right after the town hall for a little bit to be able to address any questions we have missed. But for the most part, we love it, and we're super excited. What do we always say, Alad?
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. A link to the Facebook group. It's going to be, if you want to put it on screen for just a moment, I think some haven't even had it, but I'll also drop it here as well. .com/groups/Evmux. All right, there you go. There's the link for the group. And with that being said, guys, we love you. We'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys are excited about the Distinguishers feature. Jump in there, test it out, see what it's about. And if you have any issues with any aspect of Evmux, feel free to reach out to us, and we're more than happy to go ahead and jump on a call, assist you, or even make a video to be able to help others as well. So with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, I'm live. That was easy.